SPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
I'm going to fight like hell for the University of Arkansas the entire time that I'm the head coach.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube.
Today I talked about the power of family
app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
You know what Chuck and I talked about for 8 to 9 minutes in the office earlier before we got on the show today? The idea of this passion of mine to tell people the story, like the facts, the truth, the whole thing. Here's what's going on, to try to explain it instead of just being angry about everything. And Chuck, after listening to me for 2 or 3 minutes, he said that none of that matters.
That is not true.
But you're not changing anybody's mind.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back
just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
It's a big day at the Chuck and Bo Show. I'm just going to tell you, it's huge. Bart Pullman, you know, as we all have discussed, been gone forever. Now we've got double the Bart. He's back in person, and he becomes the first member of the Chuck and Bo Show team to have his own life-size cutout here in the studio. That is
we're going to post that on
That is a work
media.
of art. I expect to see it in the student section tomorrow night.
I want everybody to be able to see that. That's my goal. Bobby Portis one game, Bart the next.
That's right.
That's what I'm looking for.
I mean, that can, you know, you can easily trim that up a little bit, have Bart's head, you know, head on a stick out there, the students waving it.
How much are we willing to pay one of the students to just sort of wave this banner?
Whatever it takes.
Right. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Kids, you can have your own NIL deal. You carry Bart around.
That's right.
In the student section, this is part
Carry it under your arm.
This
you
is,
know, the whole deal.
This is what it means to really bring back the environment at Bud Walton Arena.
This is all deeply unsettling.
This is what's missing.
Deeply
I
unsettling.
mean, every time you go to social media, every time it comes up on this show, people talk about how, it's not gray, it's not like it used to be. I'm thinking life-size cutout of Bart changes everything.
Well, it changes something. It changes some things. Can we get this in Cal's show? It's on Vice. By the way, has anybody ever worked harder than you and I did to try to find Vice yesterday?
Man, I'll tell you, I ended up watching it this morning. I assume, see, you guys led me to YouTube TV. You guys did. I assumed I got Vice.
Well, because you have YouTube TV, you should assume that you have everything.
Well, that's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
And I kept going through the channels, and I knew I'd seen the Vice logo on my channel, sir, but that was with my old setup.
Yeah.
If I hadn't listened to you guys, I could have watched it live. So finally, about 9:15, I just gave up and watched it this morning on their website after it had been posted. No, it's actual website. You
Big
go to
show.
vicetv.com.
Make sure you got when you watch it on a website.
Yeah, so I watched it on a website this morning, and in fact, finished it up before I came in.
Did you have your laptop?
Watched it on my phone,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact. Yeah. So it was, it was a blend of the old and the new.
They're doing one on Patino too. It's great when you take two of the biggest names in college basketball. It helps build the Vice brand. But there's nothing on Vice that I want to watch, because I don't ever go there. And when I did finally get to some of the shows on Vice, I'm like, now I know why I'm not really here very often, if at all. But honestly, it was hard to find. And I spent, a good 30 minutes yesterday because I wanted to watch the show and couldn't. I mean, I got Hulu and got all that. It's on Vice is on Hulu, and then it gets to be about 30 minutes after the show is supposed to be on, and I can't find it. And I had a screener that the producers had sent us. We're going to interview a producer from Calipari, The Razor's Edge is the name of the show. And I got a screener and had to watch that link and cast it to the television so we could get on here and talk about it. But I don't really have anything to say other than I feel like Lil Wayne at the Super Bowl, getting dissed, getting left out, getting snubbed
over on the side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in it. I hadn't been interviewed or anything, but I just thought they'd find a way to get like me in it because I know you're going to be in it. Are you doing your interview tomorrow?
I am doing an interview with him tomorrow.
Can you say, what about Bo?
You have a card? You have a card I can give him? Say, hey, this guy would like you to call him.
Can I print off a resume and you take it down there? See if I can work on like the last couple of episodes of the show.
I'm going to assume what I'm doing is toward the latter
But
half.
what you have to tell him is that, man, this guy loves Vice. He watches it every night. He's the biggest Vice viewer and fan out there. And he really feels sort of just humiliated.
Do you have a hat?
If you don't wear a Chuck and Bo hat for your interview, you don't even come back.
That's funny.
And you got to take the life-size Bart with you, and it's got to be in the background.
That would
in
be
fact,
awesome.
you have to do the interview in this studio.
I've thought about that.
And we'll put it right behind you.
I mean, I really have thought about that.
You know how many people are going to start listening to our show because they saw you on Vice wearing a Chuck and Bo hat?
I don't know, 4 or 5?
Maybe, yes.
Maybe. I'm
yes.
a dreamer. I'm a dreamer, but I'm going to say 4 or 5.
If you've seen the show, raise your hand. If you're going to watch the show, raise your hand. We want to hear from you. We want the critically acclaimed fans of Cal, the Razor's Edge, to call in and tell us what they thought. I like the show because I love these kinds of shows. Like, it could be done
They
great.
are
It
interesting.
could be done horribly. I like it because I love access. I love seeing things and being a part of showing things that people don't normally get to see.
Right.
And it's part of the storytelling of especially a season like this with Cal where you're struggling. And seeing some of the struggles and how you work through some of the struggles. One of the best ever done in this lane besides Hard Knocks, which is the gold standard for access television in sports, NFL Films, because they have real access with real players and it is the NFL and it's owned by the NFL, and so they can make people do it. The only other one that I've seen that really comes to the NFL film standard is Last Chance U, because they would go in, this is before NIL, and they would say, we're going to give you $50,000 or $100,000, which they could build an entire new practice field at some junior college facility for that. So they'll do it, and then they have access to just an absolute chaotic, dramatic bleep show.
Right.
And it's playing out on television. And you don't get to see that very often. And you can build characters and you can see how they go performing games. And this isn't that, but you do see Cal in huddles talking about, the struggle. You see him in the locker room talking about the struggle. But here's the thing. You also see all that on Hogs Plus. And if you like this kind of thing, and I'm no longer like in management with Hogs Plus like I was a couple of years ago when we started that. And there are a few other schools that have this. But if you haven't, and I don't have any reason to pitch this to you. I'm just telling you. If you have, other than your own enjoyment, if you have not gone and watched and you love behind the scenes and seeing what's really going on, you're so lucky as a fan to have that. Like, we're so lucky to be able to go watch that because it's the things you don't see when you're at the game.
And they tell the stories well.
And you learn more about just what it's like on the inside. Just from that out, take something else. Like, take the Razorbacks off the table. What's something else? Like, if you were watching politics and you wanted to go see what's really happening when somebody's trying to talk Edward into making this vote on the House floor tomorrow, and you could be in the office and you could hear a little bit of the discussion, and obviously cut it down to where, it's a show and it's just not dragging on. Those are the kinds of things that I think you learn more about what it is you're interested in.
Well, you get a feel for the people too. For the type person
it humanizes,
that they are.
It lets you get to know them better, and they're not just this figure that's a player or a coach.
It's popular programming. Otherwise, Vice is a channel that is obviously trying to make a big move in sports programming, and they've partnered in this case with Peyton Manning's production company. And this is not the only sports. You talked about Patino's show. They've got one. Brady and Belichick. These shows are popular. Otherwise, everybody wouldn't be trying to get into them. I mean, Vice's foray into sports is based on this type of programming because, as you said, people do like that. They like that locker room access. Now, some are better than others. Some are. And but this is going to be interesting to watch. It's look, if you've watched Inside the SEC, if you've watched Hogs Plus, you've seen something very similar. None of them are, appreciably better than the other from just from a commoner standpoint, from my standpoint, for example. But I thought it was an entertaining show.
You're no commoner.
Well, when it comes to watching,
be honest,
no.
In fact,
no. When I watch a show like that, I can't break down a television show any more than the average viewer can.
Well, it's really about what the funny part about that is people that do that are just geeking out. Like they're probably in TV too. It's really about, do you enjoy it? Like, do you enjoy what you're watching? Like how it's shot and how cinematic and how beautiful it is just geeking out on it. We talk about this all the time in production meetings. Did you really when you get all these notes back from HBO or ESPN or whatever, do it this way. It's like, okay, well, did that make it better or just different? And sometimes it makes it better and sometimes it doesn't. But it's access. It's good. It's Cal. It's I think what we're all watching play out here has been rather prominently on display. Like, it is a Hall of Fame coach with a highly paid roster of what appears to be really good players, and it hasn't started great. And watching that play out, and is it going to get turned around? It's theater.
It is theater. In terms of the access, though, it's interesting, I think, for people from the outside looking in. If you're a Razorback fan, as you said a minute ago with Hogs Plus, Cal was on the radio last night out at Sassy's. People come up and meet him and have their picture made.
Well, they're out there filming Chuck last night.
No, they weren't out there last night.
They weren't?
No, they were not out there last night.
I thought they were going to be there.
I don't think they'd gotten into town, honestly.
I'm glad I didn't
be
come
here
then.
for a couple of days.
I'm glad I didn't.
It was not the event you anticipated. It was not worthy of your attendance, just frankly.
I'm going to come to your interview.
But
I'm going to crash your interview.
You're gonna heckle
no,
in the
I'm just going to go, hey, what about me?
Yeah.
What about me?
Hey, when I'm done, would you mind?
You're talking to Bo.
See this guy over here? Would you mind talking to him?
It's like back in the day when we used to go into the locker rooms to do interviews when I was in local media, and you got to go into the locker room and interview players, and there would be this one player off to the side that nobody was talking to, and he'd just be sitting there kind of with his head down, and you'd do a courtesy interview.
Yeah.
Knowing
Oh,
full
yeah.
well that you
Yeah.
weren't going to use any of it, but you
Yeah.
just go over and ask him, hey, man, what'd you think about the game?
I've seen that.
Because there's, 12 cameras in there, and nobody's talking to this one
Just want
guy.
to make him feel better.
Yeah. I mean, did he play? No. But, I mean, still, he deserves to be part of it.
You'd have football
He has something
media
to
day.
say.
Football media day, way back. You'd have the players all sitting in their chairs with their name tags on, and obviously the good players, there'd be a big huddle of media around them, and there'd be that one guy over there, and you knew that nobody had been over there to talk to that guy today.
And then the opposite of that was when Blake Edens played,
Yeah.
and he was the best soundbite on the team.
Yeah.
7 minutes, 3 points, and Blake's doing all the interviews.
One of the funny things in my
This
early
guy's
days.
over here. I had a double-double. Why aren't you talking to me?
In my early days of baseball, Arkansas, this is when Barry Lenny Jr. played. Arkansas would beat somebody 20-1. Lenny would come in and pitch the last inning, and he'd be the one on all the television
Be the guy.
interviews after the game because
Yeah.
he's the one everybody knew. He was the star.
I'm going to ask this lady today, this producer that we talked to. We're going to tape an interview for tomorrow's show.
Yeah.
And the first question is going to be, why didn't you call me?
Do you know me?
Would that be self-serving?
Well,
is that
yeah.
the definition of
there's-
self-serving?
Yeah, but I mean,
So I'm going to do it.
it's right up your alley. That's funny.
But when you do the interview, you got to wear a Chuck and Bo hat
Yeah,
because we got to pick up some viewers from Vice.
They have not. They've not talked to me about a
on the
tire.
Chuck and Bo show.
So I don't know.
We're gonna break down the Cal Live when we come back. I can't get over this life-size thing of Bart.
It is awesome.
Imagine being Bart.
Deeply unsettling.
Well, I
really
can just
like it.
picture someone. We fold it up a little bit. Someone carries it under their arm into the arena.
It is foldable.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's
That's what's
foldable.
good about
Oh
that.
yeah.
So I love the Chuck and Bo button.
That's exclusive merch
The
right there.
button.
Yeah, that's exclusive merch.
So this idea was born out of Bart not being here for so long with COVID that
Next time
Chuck
I'm just
said-
giving you all COVID. I'm just coming in.
Chuck said that you've been gone so long, we need to put something over there in your place, like back in the COVID days when they had that as fans.
Right.
And so that's where it came from. And I'll be honest with you, it cost $65.
Hey, you got here a lot.
I would have
quicker than
rather
I
you
thought it was
just
going
given
to.
me 65 bucks.
Those are both personal funds too. Personal funds came out of his personal account.
Yeah, so
I would have rather you just given me 65 bucks.
it's but man, it's,
But we wouldn't
it's
have
great.
gotten any enjoyment out of that.
we should have put on there. He's a real catch.
Look at those shoes.
I hate you guys
For
so
kicks.
much.
That's
Kicks. Those
that's
are
amazing.
kicks right there.
That's
Jordan,
amazing.
What are those, Jordan 3?
Those are Jordan 3s.
I think we're
Wow,
onto something
that's
here.
big time.
I think we're onto something here.
That is big
This is
time.
what we're gonna
I
have
actually
to,
do have the Jordan 3s.
I love that we have an opportunity to use Bart to promote the show in the student section, but we
Wow.
got to figure out how to pull this off. So I'm looking for students. I'm looking for volunteers willing to take this in. Will pay with
We
food.
have an intern who goes to school here.
Well, is she in the student section?
I don't know.
Well,
Gather her friends.
yeah, we got to.
Hey, we'll bribe them with something.
It's got to be, and also this can't. I mean, the student section is great. It's got to be behind the basket.
Yes.
It's got to get like
free throw
quality
time.
airtime.
It's got to get
It's
free
gotta
throw
show up
time.
during free
Oh, that
throws.
would be awesome.
It's got to show up during
Have
free throws.
the other team shooting a free throw, and our students are like holding up the life-size cutout of Bart.
I hate everything about this.
What a start to the show today.
Yeah.
It's February 11th. Cal's birthday was yesterday. We
Yes, it
we
was.
rattled off some
It's a
birthdays
lot of cake
yesterday.
at,
He was 66 years old. We didn't even we like missed it yesterday.
A lot of cake
Until
at
at
Sassy's.
9:05 we realized, oh, it's
Yeah.
Cal's birthday. So we'll sing him happy birthday today. And we'll send it to him.
They sang "Happy Birthday" at Sassy's last night. Matt Zimmerman led the crowd.
We have to hear
sure.
that. We got to hear that on the
Yeah.
show today.
It was right at the open.
There's nothing like a church course at of Happy Birthday at a Sassy's.
Acapella.
Yeah. Led by Z.
Led
Pastor
by
Z.
Song leader.
618, the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Bo, you said something interesting. I don't think you meant to, but when you talked about Bill's...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
2025 is here, and Fayetteville Auto Park is making it easier than ever to elevate your drive during our New Year sale. Every pre-owned vehicle, hundreds and hundreds to choose from, all with clearance pricing for a limited time. That's right, Fayetteville Auto Park has clearance priced every used car, truck, and SUV in stock. One-owner trades, budget buys, luxury vehicles, off-lease cars, even certified pre-owned, with special finance rates and warranties up to 100,000 miles. Buy now at all 4 Fayetteville Auto Park locations. That's Acura of Fayetteville, Honda of Fayetteville, Toyota of Fayetteville, and Chevrolet of Fayetteville. It's time to drive in 2025, and no one makes it easier than Fayetteville Auto Park. Take advantage of clearance pricing on every pre-owned vehicle now during our New Year sale. Limited time only at Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansas like to do
55 years old and going strong. Hey, let me say this. Everybody's calling. What are you doing for dinner? Where are you going? I said, Sassy, I'm going to do a radio show.
Sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
In our society now, this sounds so old when anybody goes, in our society, but that's where I am. Everything's got to be like somebody did it better. Why can't we just have a bunch of people who did it really well?
I agree with you there.
Everything doesn't have to be a competition.
Everything's got to be a comparison.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, the intoxication of reading your name in print. Bart Bowman.
We are very self-absorbed.
Yeah, first it's the cutout. Let's do
our vanity is on full display today.
Our first half hour is a celebration of
We
Bart.
should stop, have a word of prayer, and start over. We need a dose of humility in here. Dang. We're jealous that we're not on that. Well, you're going to be on there. I'm personally jealous that I'm not on the Vice show.
It was a shocker to everyone.
Featured. I used to think I was good looking.
Well, it was a shocker to everybody.
Wow. Good morning, by the way. We're glad you're here, and we've just discovered that yesterday's show was written about.
I know.
And Bart is featured in an article.
I know. It's
Man, you talk about somebody coming back from COVID with a bang.
I know.
He's got a life-size cutout. He's
What the hell is going on?
in an article.
Well, the world was waiting for your return, Bart, obviously. Best of Arkansas
Chevy
Sports.
Situation Room is gone bananas.
Man.
There's a
It's going
story
wild.
about, look, I was going through all this stuff yesterday, and I happened upon this story about the show, and and it's about you guys going off on Doug Shows yesterday. And, of course, I'm speed reading it because I'm thinking, oh, God, what did I say? And
Chuck and Bo say it was stolen.
yeah, well, right. And I'm thinking, well, Chuck never said that. And so I'm speed reading through the article, and I'm like, my God, thank God. I'm not quoted. Now, you were quoted liberally, Bo, and Bart. I mean, Bart's all over it.
This is what Bo is quoted as saying, which he did say, but this was incredibly tongue-in-cheek. The officials, by the way, stole the game from Arkansas.
Stole.
There was a stretch in there where Alabama's about to lose or this game is too tight, so we've got to give some separation back to the Tide. Now, Bo did say that, but it was a joke.
It was in jest.
Context matters.
Now, let's get to the part that was real, though. Your quotes. There was no misquoting. There was no... Nothing's been taken out of context.
This is what it says. Quoting me, he talking about Doug Shows.
Hold on. When Mattingly mentioned the officials, that drew his executive producer's ire. Bart Pullman immediately invoked the name of Doug Shows, who happened to be one of the three officials working Saturday night's game, and said that he and officials like Pat Adams need to be barred from the sport.
Barred from the sport.
Quote.
Look, I stand by
quote,
that.
Bart, quote. Here's Bart's quote.
He gets these big assignments, and he just takes over the game and makes it about him, Pullman said of Shouse. He's just not a good official.
Wow.
I stand by that. I stand by that. I think Doug Shouse is bad.
You may want to get an attorney, buddy.
I'm going to disavow any knowledge of this at all. Other than
is this,
I
Mission
was in the
Impossible?
same room. I was in the same room.
Oh, this is amazing.
Barred from the sport.
This
That's
is
my favorite
amazing.
one.
This is amazing.
What a time to be alive.
Chuck and Bo say it
thought
was
I was-
stolen.
Yeah,
They
stolen.
ripped it right out of our
Yeah.
ripped it right out of the clutch that we had on it. Like a fake Gucci in Manhattan. Just ripped it right out. Ran off with it. Oh my goodness.
Well, it was a big day, needless to say, for all of us around here.
Man.
Cut out to be celebrated in print like that.
Can't wait to speak at that next U of A journalism class.
Yeah.
Hey kids, getting something else.
Really.
try something else.
For the love of God.
Just wow.
The headline is really what gets me. Top Arkansas sports radio show calls for heads of SEC
Exactly.
officials
Calls
after
for
Bama
heads.
lost. We did not do that.
They got one part right.
We did not call for anybody's head.
They got one part of it right. Top, what did they say?
Top Arkansas sports radio show. That is correct. Thank you very much.
We sure are. If you don't believe it, just ask us. We'll tell you. But now we need to flip the quote around and use it in our imaging. We're acclaimed top sports
That's right.
radio show.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's great.
That
Yeah.
should go into our promotional
Flip it around, use it
material.
on our look out for the ire of the executive producer.
They'll call for your head. They'll call for your head on that show.
All right, we need to formally apologize to Doug Shouse. Look,
do we?
Yes. Well, I was doing it during the show yesterday. That's the other part. They left all that out. We were trying to calm Bart down. We were defending Doug.
I like Doug. Just for the record,
Doug's a
I
good
like
guy.
Doug.
And he's a
wanna
good
be-
official. You said it
I'm not
yesterday.
qualified to say who's good and who's not.
Well,
I
you
know
said
he
he
calls
works
the
Final
big
Fours.
game.
Yeah.
He does.
He's
That doesn't
tossed
mean
the
he's
ball
good.
for the national championship game. That speaks for itself. Hey, when you toss the ball for the
throw that
opening
thing up,
tip in the national
when you throw
championship
that thing
game,
up, that's
you're a
right.
man.
You get in the montage. You get in the one shining
in
moment
the
montage
one-shining
when,
moment.
when you toss that ball up.
Absolutely. You'll be in there this year as a cardboard cutout. But Doug Schals is there throwing it up in the air.
How many big games can we get Bart's cutout into?
Well,
I mean, how many huge sporting events?
I'm on a mission.
You've got access.
I'm on a mission.
You've got access. I mean, stick it in one of those.
I'm going to be celebrating with the winning
ESPN
team
stars
at
you
the
hang
college
out with.
football playoff next year.
I want to see it at the Final Four.
We got to figure out. We got to just one thing at a time. We got to get them in one game.
The Masters.
Surely we can make this happen for the LSU game. Surely.
Well, I would imagine
Start
so.
with a small audience. Grow into the big game.
Some students and a little cash.
Yeah.
Bang, you're there.
Yeah, I love this. I love it. It's a great cut. By the way, your Jays look great in that cutout there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're dressed well.
Yeah.
We had another win of
It's
you.
a new beginning for you, Bart.
Propped up in the doorway with your feet up on the door. You're on one side of the door jamb and your back up against. You're taking up the whole doorway.
Oh.
And I guess that one didn't work. Didn't make the cut.
Okay.
So we got. Yeah. It's a very handsome photo of you, by the way. Good cutout.
Well,
there's a lot that can happen here. We get some signs to hang around your deck. I'm available.
Well,
Put that. Maybe we'll start by holding it. You know what? I'm going to stand. I'm going to get to the game an hour and a half early, and I'm going to stand outside at the front of the box office at Bud Walton, and I'm going to stand next to this.
Wow.
And I'm just going to hold it there. Have you met Bart? Have
you
met
could just
Bart?
stand there with it and say nothing.
Put a little bucket for hey, and maybe some notes. Like just pieces of paper with pen. Write a note to Bart.
Yeah.
Put it in the bucket.
That's great.
This is going to change your life, Bart. This is going to change your life right here.
6:31. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
I don't like getting up early in the mornings. I mean, even to go duck hunting, but I do get up every morning now to listen to you guys.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year
Hello, Razorback
guarantee.
fans.
Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes.
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
5 seconds to go. Madden, right side. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Qualls with the dunk at the buzzer. It goes and Arkansas wins. It goes and Arkansas wins. Qualls with a two-hand finish. Arkansas wins the ball game.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
Hog fans,
fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina Chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next
a
getaway
lot
on
of
the White River.
people were ecstatic. We came back and had a chance to win.
5202, or learn more
I
at
was
Gastons.com.
okay with that.
Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
I was
Designed by Jason
okay with that,
Booyah
but
Finesse Covert Spinnerbait.
when you
doesn't
put
just bring
yourself
fight,
in that
it dominates.
position, win!
Choose from 3-blade options. Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret
My
weapon
point
for pressure
today,
waters.
if you're part of this
Precision
family
engineered,
and you want to help this family, you ready for this? Make layups.
Here for one thing.
How about we do that first? Don't even talk to me about
You're
threes.
listening to the Chuck
How
and
about
Bo Show
making
on ESPN
layups?
95.3.
How about driving to be fouled and one? Not
You know, when you're young, I mean, you want to party. Staying up late's no big deal. I mean, you know, you're into the whole spirit of things. But you do get to a point in life where it's like, I do kind of like not having to deal with people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Coming soon on Vice Television, Reality Chuck.
Yeah.
It's the show of Chuck's life.
Yes.
Sitting at home in his recliner.
That's right.
And contemplating life. And by the way, while you're contemplating
Where did
things,
it all go wrong?
don't forget to pay your taxes. Don't forget to get your taxes filed. Ready or not, it's tax season. Luckily, you don't have to do it alone. H&R Block has 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you. So breathe easy and file with confidence at an H&R Block office just around the corner. You did Cal Live last night. There was cake, and there was a celebration of his 56th birthday.
He's in his 50s now. He's got this 10-year, take 10 years off thing, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
I think
he's 56,
I
you're
think that's
52.
a good plan. Yeah, I
It's a
think
good
that's
plan.
an excellent plan.
It is. You should always just remain in your 50s.
Yeah. You think you think if I said I'm 52 that it would work? You think I could pull that off?
The golden years, the
I
50s.
don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, you should.
But there was a lot of cake there last night. The players, I guess, had brought him a cake and cupcakes, and you know everybody's on a diet right now. So they brought it.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you know,
Just
you're
in general?
Yeah, you know, you're in season, things like that. You know, it's.
I thought you meant like collectively as a nation.
Well,
we are on a diet.
Well, you know, you're right after the first of the year. Bottom line, there was not a lot of the cake eaten. So he brought some of that. And there was cupcakes. And then the people at Sassy's made a cake or bought a cake or had a cake.
Cakes everywhere.
There's cake everywhere. And there was icing on the table. I mean, we had to get it. And I'm serious. We had to have it cleaned up. It was it's mayhem. No, it was good. Everything was good. And they sang happy birthday. Song leader Matt Zimmerman.
Yeah. We got to get that. We got to find that somewhere.
That's
here's something Cal said about the game.
Down 20. How many of you left? I hope you did, and then I hope that you looked and you're on the radio and you think, why did I leave? They may win this game and I'm not in there. The fans were nuts. That was the greatest crowd ever for me. To watch what they did, to stay with it, and then carry their team.
I left and was glad I left because I thought it made a difference.
It did.
I thought
He did say during the break, he goes, except for that Bo guy.
Yeah.
He goes, tell him not to come back.
That's why he's not on my Vice show.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
Yeah.
That's right.
He leaves early.
That's right. He's not real.
877-377-6963 if you want to jump in here. How do you feel about this? I'll do a Cal. You ready? Jerry Palm has Arkansas in the NCAA tournament. First forward game in Dayton. Arkansas is 3-7 in the league. This is unprecedented, okay? It's on so many levels. The whole year is unprecedented. Cal is coaching Arkansas. Unprecedented. You have a brand new roster full of guys making, a lot of money. Unprecedented. You are playing in a league that has never been this good. Not only in the SEC, there's no league that's ever been like this in college basketball. At least that's what everyone in college basketball is saying. By the way, do we believe that? Do we believe that this is the best league of all leagues of all time in the sports history? Is that true?
It's up there. It's in the conversation.
In the metrics era, that's true. In the
for sure.
in the era of analytics, I think that's true.
I'm just thinking back to the days when guys like Christian Laettner were around for 3 years or 4 years. I mean, maybe they weren't all in one league and it wasn't top to bottom as leveled out and as good as this one is, but and maybe basketball's not as good as it was back then. But anyhow, we'll just go with it. It's the best league of all time in the history of our country.
Well, I'll say this.
In the history of our country.
Well, and that's a long history. But I've not seen this league where it's this hard to score ever. Sometimes you look at a game in the 60s and you think, well, neither one of those teams can shoot. And sometimes the percentages, not just for Arkansas, but for some other teams, have been so bad that you think, well, they can't shoot. It is hard to score. The on-ball defense in the SEC right now is really good. Teams struggle to get into their offense. And I don't know if it's the best league in the history of the world. I have no idea. But I know it's tough to score right now.
So an unprecedented year, and you know that if you didn't believe it from the previous things we talked about, because Arkansas is 3-7 in the league, and they're projected in the NCAA tournament. Mm-hmm. That's never happened before for any 3-7 team in any league.
No, you're right about that.
And it's just a projection. But they're basing that on all the numbers they use when they evaluate who's going in the NCAA tournament.
When you've got 4 of your 5 teams in the top 5 of the AP poll, your numbers, your metrics, all the things that go into determining who's going to get in the NCAA tournament are going to be off the charts. You do realize there's never been, in the heyday of the Big East, in the heyday of the ACC, there's never been a conference have 4 of the top 5 teams in the AP poll until now. And so it is a huge accomplishment for a league that 15 years ago couldn't get 4 teams in the NCAA tournament. Now you got 4 teams in the top 5. So when you have a conference with teams like that, your rankings, your ratings, the net, all the things that come into play this time of year are going to be very, very high. And that's why you can play a team like Alabama, start the day 47th in the net, lose, and still go up 4 spots, and not play a game on Sunday, and by Monday you're in the NCAA tournament again, even though you lost Saturday. That's the strength of the league, and that's the value of the wins on the road over Kentucky and Texas. And, when you look at the schedule right now, LSU's a quad 3 game now. It's one of those games that, frankly, you don't gain a lot by winning, but it's catastrophic if you lose. You have to win tomorrow night. South Carolina is going to be it's not going to be quad one. It'll be quad two, I'm going to guess, when Arkansas goes over there at the end. But it's a game you can't lose. The other games are all going to be quad one. Mississippi State's into the top 30 now. So Mississippi State's going to be, if they're there when they come at the end of the year, that's a quad one game. In my mind, and I think what we're seeing right now is that if you get to 7, you're in. Now, I know Lenardi said 6-12 maybe, and I wouldn't rule it out, but some things would have to fall in your favor over the weekend of conference tournaments. But there's 8 games left, and I mean, do the math. You got to get 4 of them, and I think you're in.
I want to hear from somebody today. I just want to hear from you. When we get just call. I want to hear from you. Anybody. I don't care who you are. In fact, I do care who you are. In fact, that's why I want to hear from you, because I care about you. 877-377-6963. I just want to hear from you. I don't care what you want to talk about. You can just say hello. But I feel like somebody out there needs to know that we care today. 877-377-6963. I won't let Bart call for your job. I won't let him ban you from your entire business or whatever industry you're in. I won't let any of that happen. Just call, say hello. Arkansas today, as we sit here on February 11th, according to the great Jerry Palm, is in the NCAA tournament. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's
today.
Right. It's true.
Today at 3-7. On Cal's birthday, the day after. How about that?
Right?
What a time.
Yeah, what a time
what
to be alive.
a time to be alive.
Hey, it might be a good time to buy a house.
Go get a house, just like my kid did,
yeah.
And his wife.
Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, is the destination, and they have been for a long time, 1978. They've been turning houses into homes ever since then, and as Bo's son found out, and as you'll find out, everything's handled with a great degree of care. It's a personal thing to them, and you're going to feel that when you're involved with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Now, they know how to get you from contract to close. They're real estate professionals. They will guide you right literally through the front door into your new home. So give them a call. Check them out on the web. They've got a great selection of homes, WeichertGriffin.com.
Thank you.
Hey, that's a pretty good way to begin there, Coach.
Yeah. 55 years old and going strong.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show, 646. Happy birthday, Coach. Touching the hearts of Arkansans, the passive-aggressive Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant. Ready or not, it is tax season, but luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our Hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
So I spent yesterday, you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you stuck in a paper jam of printer prices? Paper cuts from budget cuts? Don't throw in the towel. Call Dixie Digital Imaging and dive into our new and used inventory blowout. We're slashing prices on top-of-the-line Xerox, Brother, and Epson printers and multifunction devices. Gently used or brand new models that are tired of being in our warehouse. Don't miss out on these deals. Call 479-783-6600 for more details. Quantities and availability are limited. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
You're listening to The Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Where's my life gone? I don't understand anything that's happening. There's all this stuff going on around me, and I'm just completely clueless. And that's when I decided I'm going to go to bed.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security Bank's the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show. Bank better at First Security Bank. Convenient locations all over Arkansas, making it easier for you to get where you need to go, whether it's just getting in the bank or whatever you need to get done in there. Member FDIC, fsbank.com, online.
126 million people watched the Super Bowl. Is that incredible or what?
And Lil Wayne was left out.
I know.
It's just
but 100. You wonder why
New Orleans Sun left out.
You know, you wonder why everybody talks about the Super Bowl and all the things surrounding the Super Bowl. 126 million people.
It's wild. It's become such a thing. People don't even care about football, and they watch the Super Bowl.
Well, the conversation has not been about the game. I haven't heard anything about the game.
There's not much to talk about other than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I heard Mahomes tried to have the Eagles defensive line arrested for like home invasion.
Well.
I mean, that was just criminal. They were just chasing him all night. I had somebody walk up to me at the gym yesterday and say, what'd you think about the game? And I'm like, I mean, what do you mean? I mean, it was not much of a game, huh? And I'm like, no. But he goes, well, I don't really watch football very often, but I watched the Super Bowl. And that wasn't very much of a game.
Yeah.
It was like the one game
I know
that somebody had seen all year. People watch the Super Bowl. Congratulations to the NFL for being able to figure out a way. I know it's the biggest sport in our country, but this is worldwide that people are watching the Super Bowl. 123 million. To put it in perspective, the highest rated game in college basketball this year, Arkansas was like the second highest, or were they the highest on Thanksgiving? Like 5 million.
Yeah, there
6
were a lot.
million. Yeah, but most basketball games are under 1 million or somewhere between 1 and 2 million people. College basketball games, college football games. How many people did we say watched the national championship? Was it like 12 million?
Yeah. No, it was 22.
22 million?
22, 23
22 million.
Yeah.
So a fifth of the people that watch the Super Bowl.
Well, you think about it, too, just to show you how football is king. I mean, twice as many people watched Arkansas play in the Liberty Bowl as watched Arkansas beat Kentucky in basketball. And it was the talk of the college basketball world for the week leading up to the game. And 126 million people. I mean, that's why the entertainers work for free. It's why the Super Bowl MVP will always be known for the rest of his life as a Super Bowl MVP because it's the biggest game played.
Are we getting any bad weather? I keep hearing rumors of bad weather. All I'm saying is like rain.
I think maybe
cold.
over in the mountains they've had a little bit of
Well,
breeze
be
there.
careful. Either way, bundle up, get ready.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
You know, I want Texas to lose. Yeah, I want them to rot in hell.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you stuck in a paper jam of printer prices? Paper cuts from budget cuts? Don't throw in the towel. Call Dixie Digital Imaging and dive into our new and used inventory blowout. We're slashing prices on top-of-the-line Xerox, Brother, and Epson printers and multifunction devices. Gently used or brand new models that are tired of being in our warehouse. Don't miss out on these deals. Call 479-783-6600 for more details. Quantities and availability are limited. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, some slippery road conditions could develop, all due to some ice across the north today. High temperatures upper 30s north, mid 40s with rain further south. Another round of some freezing rain with some light ice accumulations tonight across the north, low 30s north, mid 30s south. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, A Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, A Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal.
Call or text today at 479-719-5605.
That's A Cut Above, 719-5605.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
Good pick, good pick.
KERX Paris Fort Smith.
The drinking all day.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Planning your Valentine's Day date? Joe's Grill and Cantina has a delicious and fun Valentine's Day date ready for you. Get started with an appetizer including queso and guacamole. Then have chicken tortilla soup plus your choice of 2 entrees, fajitas, voodoo enchiladas, chili lime salmon, and their famous Mexicali. Plus in the dinner with a heart-shaped skillet brownie. All of this for just $45 a couple. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Hart. Your place for Valentine's Day.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
People in Fayetteville act like to go to Rogers or, Fort Smith or Alma or wherever you can get to in 40 minutes or less from Fayetteville. We act like we're going to Destin. Pack the car. And we act like it's the worst thing in the world if we got to drive from Rogers to Fayetteville or vice. I don't know if I want to go to that game tonight. 7:30. By the time we get out of there, it's going to be 9:30.
Back when I came to school up here, Bentonville might as well have been in Canada.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
We got an 8 o'clock tip tomorrow night. These late tips
I'm starting to. I just decided. I had a little talk with myself in the hallway a moment ago. Y'all were talking about the game. My first thought, my subconscious, was, "Gosh, another late game." And then my next thought was, "Change your flipping attitude. What is wrong with you? Quit being so negative."
Yeah.
So,
what was your reply to yourself?
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Stop being so negative.
Was this a long conversation or was it a short one?
It was a short one.
Hey, well, I
had
think
it gone on much longer, I would have been right back to being negative. I had to stop right there.
Shut it down.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't think this is going away because Cal is the draw. And 9 o'clock Eastern time, as crazy as it sounds, is prime time for television ratings. And Kentucky's in the Eastern time zone, and they sure like to watch the Razorbacks play.
That's
so
right. Yeah.
I think 8 o'clock tips are going to be the norm for a while.
I need to have, I want to talk to some people on the East Coast and just what are y'all doing? Why is 9 o'clock Eastern
Because
such
they
a
live
big...
they live in a different world on the East Coast.
Takes them a long time to get home.
They eat dinner late. Everything happens later. They get up a little. I'm not saying everybody, but they get up later. The day kind of starts later. I mean, it's not that uncommon to roll into the office around 9. And then you stay.
What's that like?
And then you stay until maybe 6 or 7. And then, you eat a late dinner in the city. And you go to bed at midnight. The news doesn't come on to 11. If you're watching if you're just a responsible, professional, and your lifestyle is what I'm describing, and you go home and the end of your night is you're watching the news and you go to bed, you're hoping to be asleep by midnight. That's the East Coast. And conversely on the left coast, it's, imagine that. A 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern game is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the West Coast.
Well, you're watching NFL football at 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning.
Sounds like
on
a
Sunday.
day.
Yeah.
Now,
Sounds
look,
like a day to me.
I think, I would have no problem with that.
West Coast has it great.
I don't think I could exist in the Eastern
They have
time
it
zone.
great.
I don't think I could make it.
Well, they do, but for example, the rest of the world's not living there. So this morning, we're going to do an interview after the show with the producer for the Cal show that's on Vice. And we're going to do it at 9:15 because during the show, it's 2 hours behind our time. So it's 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. on the West Coast. Hey, would you mind maybe after 7 o'clock my time that we could do the interview? So we're going to do it at 9:50. So but everything's built on East Coast time. That's just the way it's always been.
It's because of New York.
And it's the biggest market. Most of the biggest markets are on more of the...
Well, the biggest
Eastern,
market.
You have a massive market in L.A. But
Right.
there's a lot more... There's a lot more of people that live in that time zone, but not the biggest cities.
Right.
Wow. I feel like I didn't know.
Well,
I would have prepared...
All I was
better for
saying
this,
was
and I know
it
we were
starts
really
at
get
8
into it.
tomorrow night, and we probably need to get
waded
used to
into
that.
this whole we really waded into that TV time, didn't we?
Thanks for explaining that. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. I need to kind of
I'm so
swim
much
back
smarter.
towards shore over here.
Yeah.
Somebody's listening, going, "This guy has no idea. He doesn't even know what time it is in Denver right now." Mountain time, by the way.
Sometimes I do. I have to ask Siri what time it is in a certain
Mountain
place.
time will get you now.
Yeah. Well, in
It'll
certain
move
states,
around on you.
Well, like right now, for example, Arizona doesn't recognize daylight savings time, so it's an hour difference there. But then, in Vegas or Nevada or California, it's 2 hours difference.
I need Governor Huckabee to give us our own time zone.
We are.
You want to do something in office? Do that.
Like half an hour.
You know what we don't do? We don't recognize daylight savings time either.
Right.
Forget that crap.
Okay, we have to talk about this though for a second.
All right.
We want daylight savings time. We do not want standard time.
I don't want it changing, is what I'm saying. Yeah, help me out.
There's a lot of confusion.
I want it like it is in the summer.
To the Chevy of Fayetteville situation room.
Get a shot of the cutout.
Chevy of Fayetteville. Chevy, the official truck of the Chuck and Bo Show. Bart, what do we want?
we want daylight savings time. Daylight savings time is what gives you the longer, the more daylight in the summertime. It gives you more daylight longer into the day. Standard time, which is what we're in right now, is when you have a lot of darkness.
That's when we fall back.
Right.
Like we fall back in the fall, we spring forward into
We
spring.
want daylight savings time. We do not want to get rid of daylight savings time. We want to make daylight savings time standard time.
So if we have
we're going to do this,
if we have it our way, just so we're clear, we need to know what we're asking.
Right, exactly. Because I see a lot of things that are like, get rid of daylight savings time. No.
This is our problem. We don't know what we're asking for.
Want daylight
we don't know what
in the name.
We want it to be light
right.
until like
it's literally in the name.
Yeah.
You
Daylight
want to save
savings.
daylight.
We want to save it.
So what we want is we want to spring forward
and then not
and
fall
then
back.
never
go
do it
back.
and never go back.
Never go back.
Okay, that's what we want. That's what we're asking for.
If that's what we want to do.
I'm
if
in.
that's what people want.
I'm in on that.
I'm in on that.
I'm in on that.
I'm in.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
All right, 877.
You got one.
The motion is carried.
All right.
877.
We've got a
changed
quorum. We can do it.
377-6963. Do people know do I need to give the number out like on a regular basis? Do you feel
maybe.
like it's important to give it out? I feel like it's just a crutch.
Well, sometimes it can be.
It can't. Well, you've lost your place. You don't know where you are. You don't know what you want to say next. Bart's throwing you a curveball. It's a transition. When you hear us giving the number, we don't really know what we're doing for that second.
That's like taking a breath.
That's the only reason
it's like
that
a
we're
pause.
doing it. Yes.
It's like a pause to
Yeah.
collect your thoughts.
That's it.
And that's why you have to have the number memorized.
And then sometimes I try to jam it in there, and while I'm doing it, you guys are talking.
Yeah, I know. We're not afraid to interrupt
So
each
then,
other around
then
here.
it becomes like I give three numbers out, like 877. You guys talk for a while. Then I come back and it's 377. You guys talk for a while. And then by that time, I'm not sure whether to finish the number off 6963 or start over. So I'm just kind of over it.
Yeah. Well, if you'd like to give the number uninterrupted, I think we could probably work something out. All right, nobody say anything. Bo's going to give the number. Go ahead.
Phillip's in Bentonville. Hey, Phillip, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, Bo, let me ask a question, and maybe I'm wrong, but I've seen on a blog, and a couple of times. Do you know anything about this phone call that Musselman went to Pittman after he left Arkansas? Have you seen about this blog or anything?
I can't say that I actually have heard the details, but I do recall somebody saying something. I don't like in terms of you repeating it. Like I've heard, I don't know what it is. What is it? What are you talking about?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Is it's like I haven't been able to read the blog.
But what's it? What's the importance of it in your mind,
Well,
or
it
what
was
people are
something
saying?
It has to do with something about like. So it has to go back to a long time ago. So when Houston, it had Houston Nutt when Houston had his first year, and there was that saying that Nolan Richardson got Houston in the plane. Has to do with feeding the monster and all that stuff. Do you remember that quote? Anyway,
Yeah.
Something about that to watch your back and some. It had something to do with the effect of that as the part of the reason why he left. Him and the AD not liking it. It was a conversation, something about that. I just didn't know. I don't know. I've never seen the details. And I've not seen really hard evidence about it, so I didn't know if maybe you had seen it.
Are you suggesting that Musselman left because of this phone call? Is that what you're asking?
No. I think it was a warning to Pittman is the way that I.
A warning to Pittman
Yes.
to get out ahead of the posse?
I guess that's what it is. I don't know. That's why I was.
Well, let's just make something up right now. What do you want the story to be? Let's do it.
This is the first I've heard of it.
We'll get the best of Arkansas sports to write about it.
I have no idea, and I don't want to make anything up. That's why I was asking you, because if you knew anything about it.
No, but I'm more than happy to make something up because that's what sells these days. So what do you let's do it.
Wait, let's
So the way I hear it, let me just come up with
backtrack.
this.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about, and I don't think most people do.
I don't know either. That's what I'm
Are
trying
you
to
saying Muss called Pittman? I mean, what are we talking about here, Philip?
So it is so on different blogs, Musselman got a hold of Pittman and had a conversation, and it had to do with Yurachek. And I don't. Other than that, that's all.
Oh, that's just guys.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I want to let's come up with something.
That's ridiculous.
While we're here, let's not waste this time. Let's come up with something. So what I heard was that Musselman called Pittman, and he said, "Did you hear? Back before you got here, there was a guy named Houston Nutt." And Pittman said no, and he goes, "Well, what about it?" He goes, "Run." And so
I don't even think Muss knew who Houston Nutt was. If you want to know the truth.
And so then what happened in an odd twist is Musselman left.
Oh,
what?
God.
I don't know. Like where this.
Well, things get started and people say things, and it seems halfway believable at times, and feeds into what maybe you already are thinking anyway, and the story just kind of takes on a life of its own. But that. I can tell you, I was around all those guys a good bit, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I don't think there was any relationship between any of them. I never heard any of them speak of the other one, just to be very honest. Not, and I don't mean that again in a bad way.
Normal.
It's just, that's kind of how it's done. I didn't.
The thing about coaches is
I think that's
they're
silly.
Pretty busy in their own world.
Yeah, and they don't get fired based on what the other coach does or doesn't do.
Yeah.
Hey, new cars, used cars, pre-owned automobiles, Fayetteville Auto Park, #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas. Here's what that means. It means nobody sells more automobiles than Fayetteville Auto Park. They're your headquarters, and they've been that way for over 25 years. A big part of it is their involvement in our community. Go watch a local basketball team play. You're going to see the Fayetteville Auto Park logo, maybe on a scoreboard, maybe on a sign. They are part of what we are involved in every day. They've been longtime supporters of the Razorbacks. That's certainly not going to change. They've got great brands, Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota, and the largest selection of pre-owned automobiles in the region. Go by and see them. You'll be glad you did. You can check out their selection online at FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Boy, we are on one today.
Yeah.
This is just some kind of day, man.
I can't wait to read what they write about the show tomorrow.
Completely off the rails.
Okay, somebody has texted in.
Okay.
JT's texted, because this is the first that I've heard of any of this.
I mean, that's because you're not on the blogs,
well,
Chuck.
I guess not.
You got to get cultured. Get on those
blogs. It
blogs.
says the fake story is Yurachek and Muss had an argument. Muss is mad at Hunter. Muss called Pitt and said Yurachek is going to throw you under the bus to save himself, so get out now. I mean, good God. Well, that is...
was he throwing him under his own bus?
I don't.
Was that what was going to happen?
Because
Yurachek was on the bus with Muss.
That's right.
What if the video
That's
had been
right.
Yurachek leaps out of his seat, runs up to the driver's seat, throws Muss off the bus, then runs over him?
That would be violent. That would be rated R.
And then Pittman sneaks on the bus, and he and Muss have a conversation.
Hold on.
Hold
on. You ready for this? Tonight on Vice TV. 7:16 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Oh, mercy. Like, I think you should look at yourself today in the mirror and say, what's wrong with me?
Okay, I will.
I'm not talking about you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, PRECIDENT. We'd love to help.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
There's nothing we enjoy saying more than I told you so.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Planning your Valentine's Day date? Joe's Grill and Cantina has a delicious and fun Valentine's Day date ready for you. Get started with an appetizer including queso and guacamole. Then have chicken tortilla soup plus your choice of 2 entrees, fajitas, voodoo enchiladas, chili lime salmon, and their famous Mexicali. Plus in the dinner with a heart-shaped skillet brownie. All of this for just $45 a couple. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Hart. Your place for Valentine's Day.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Can I just tell you, I love getting to know you.
Yeah, whatever.
It's been such a good year getting to know you.
Yeah, well, it's.
I'm really looking forward to 25.
Imagine how much fun it's been for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We're completely off the rails today.
You're a lot more into your feelings than
happy
I am.
to be here. I know. But I have self-talks and I move on and I get over it.
Yeah.
It works. It works. 877-377-6963. I didn't know what to say, so I said that. It's what's just know. Like when I give the number, I don't know what's happening. John Rothstein, who is a college basketball writer and been doing it for a long time. And all he does is watch college basketball. All he does is talk about college basketball. If you follow him on Twitter, it's just like minute-by-minute tweets about college basketball. And he gives nicknames to, like Musselman was the importer.
The importer.
From, like, the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And Calipari is the last Corleone. Okay?
That's what John Rothstein calls him?
He calls him the last Corleone. So I thought of that when Cal said this last night.
Yeah,
my point today, if you're part of this family and you want to help this family, you ready for this? Make layups. How about we do that first? Don't even talk to me about threes. How about making layups? How about driving to be fouled and one? Not avoid it and look good and shoot an air ball layup. What?
if you want to be in the family, make layups.
That's right.
The last Corleone.
That is the requirement.
The last Corleone. That's what I didn't even notice this. The best part of this clip is the lady in the audience saying, "Yeah, listen,
make layups." How about we do that first?
I didn't notice that.
Don't even talk to me about threes. How about
he's getting amens,
making layups? How about driving to be fouled and one, not avoid it and look good and shoot an air ball layup? What?
If you want to be in the family, make layups.
I think he actually said La Familia at some point last night.
Oh, yeah.
So he's he is a one-man entertainment package. I mean, he walks in and that's where the spotlight immediately goes. It's that way coast to coast. You know, it's interesting when we travel. You see people in the hotel lobbies, on the street, just, your average everyday folks that they all want to meet him and shake his hand. And that's happened every place we've gone. And he's a celebrity in every sense, no doubt about that.
He even on his birthday, even when it's not his birthday,
Yep.
he's like, but last night was the Cal birthday celebration.
It was. We have more cake. Coach Cal's got more cake.
And anybody want cake? Raise your hand. He'll cut it and give it to you. I'm not taking that home. Come on. I'm at my college playing weight, and I'm not eating cake. I'm done.
He was talking about how
The laugh.
I guess
I always leave on the chuckle.
I'm not eating cake. I'm done.
Every time I hear that, I think, don't ever laugh again.
I'm done.
We have more cake.
I'm done.
Yeah.
That's
good
like me.
radio.
That's like me on this show.
Yeah, that's good radio right there, boys.
I play that role here.
Hey,
Wait. Did Cal actually have a piece of cake?
No, he did not.
That, much like this cardboard cutout of me that is now in the studio, that's unsettling.
Well, I think he had some earlier in the day.
Oh, okay.
He was,
okay.
he wasn't gonna pig out on.
I've never once been offered cake or been presented with cake and been like, nah, I'm good.
Did you see the cupcakes I brought in?
No, I didn't.
The losing cupcakes with the Chiefs icings on.
I just had one.
Yeah, the icing like
I
the
just
red.
had one
yellow.
when I
You
went in
did?
the coffee room.
You did?
Yeah. Mhm.
Good. How was it? A little dry?
No, actually, it was moist. This was the one that was turned upside down.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who did that.
I don't know, but it was good.
Okay.
Moist.
Yeah.
Moist. Very good.
Why'd you say it a couple more times, Chuck?
Moist.
Well, you can't have like a dry cake. It's just not.
No, you can't do it.
But I'll tell you the secret to life. If you want a life hack here,
hang on. I think I know what you're going to say.
Shove a cupcake in a cup, put
yeah.
some ice cream in there, mix it up a little bit, and you know what? Like they've got ice cream shops now that charge like $10 for that. You could do it yourself for a lot less. Go to Sam's Club, get 30 cupcakes because you can't get 10.
Sounds like you're starting a business.
Wow.
I was in Sam's Club
We could sell these.
trying to get a few things
Yeah.
for 5 people or 6 people to come over for the Super Bowl, like family, and La Familia.
Family.
I was
It's
like,
all about
make
family.
a layup, you can come in.
That's
I'm going
right.
to put a basketball goal
right.
outside my front door.
Can't come in unless you make a
You
layup.
can't make a layup, you're not welcome.
Got to
here.
make a layup, a free throw,
Yeah.
and a three-pointer.
And then,
Otherwise, you
Yeah.
can't come in.
By the way, did you see that story? Another one of these stories where a kid makes the layup, the free throw, the three-pointer, and the half-court shot at UMass. Noah Lee, 21-year-old senior at UMass, at a Minute women's basketball game. It was a women's basketball game. Nobody's there. I mean, it's hard to find people in the stands.
I got you.
There's a video. You can find it on social. They have insurance for these things. He makes all 4 shots for $10,000. Foot's on the line. Toes on the line at half court. The insurance company says no. Nope, we're not paying the $10,000. Happens every time. The school's like, well, we'll give you tickets and we'll give you some concession stand stuff. And social media, our country, America, does not stand for that.
No.
Your foot's on the line. We don't care. It was close enough.
If it's
That happened
touching the
here.
line, it should
It
count.
did happen here.
That
If it's
happened
touching
here.
the line, it should count.
So there's outrage, right? Outrage. And what happens is going to happen every time. The school ends up paying the Noah $21 or $10,000 for the 21-year-old.
As they should.
As they should.
La Familia.
Yeah. He can be in the family because he made a layup. And by the way, he had to get his own rebounds. You know, you have 30 seconds to do it all. So he did. Made the first half court shot. Give him 10 grand. Give him 10 grand.
Do you remember when that happened to you?
Yes, I do. Matt Shanklin ran out there, waved it off.
The student started, Fuji sponsored it, and the kid made his shot, but he was over the line, and Shanklin comes out here like a referee, waving it off, and the student started chanting, "Fuji sucks." It was a disaster because Fuji had paid a lot of money for this. And we went back into the media room, and Coach Broyles was ballistic. I mean, he was so mad. He was yelling at Shanklin, and Matt Shanklin said, "But Coach, the insurance is not going to pay. We're going to have to pay the money." And Broyles goes, "Oh, well, that's different." But like, you know, 2 weeks later, I think Chancellor White stepped in or something, and they ended up paying the kid the money. But Fuji had forked over all this money, and the student, I mean, he just went totally haywire. And it's great moments in Razorback history right there.
Can't take it away. That's right up there with the Dana Altman moment. Rick and Lowell. Rick, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, how about the Fly Eagles fly?
How about
them Eagles? America's team. America's team.
Hey, you know, I went to work yesterday, and I can't find a red and gold shirt anywhere.
They weren't wearing them yesterday, were they?
They don't exist anymore.
Now we got to find a new team. Edward's a real fan. He's still a Chiefs fan.
Well, whoever, you know, all the Chiefs fans got to go back to their old teams now. You know, they got to go back to their regular teams because the dynasty's over.
So for me, what is that, like the Dolphins?
Yeah, you're going back to the Dolphins. Going back to your roots. Yeah, we'll get back to our roots. Football Cardinals, you know, St. Louis.
That game Saturday, we played them tight. Do you think we made that turn?
Well, I think they've shown they can play with anybody out there when they're playing well. And they've also shown, not lately, but they've shown at points this season they can get blown out by people too. But in terms of, you know, depends on how you define turning a corner. I do think this team right now is in a position to perhaps make the NCAA tournament. Now, they got to win more games. But I think when you look at it right now, you feel like every time they play, they've got a chance to win. And I don't know that we felt that way. In fact, I feel pretty certain we didn't feel that way a month ago. So from that standpoint, yeah, I think they've gotten a lot better.
I know a lot of people were ecstatic we came back and had a chance to win. I was okay with that, but when you put yourself in that position, win!
I mean, it's not a moral victory. No. But you feel better, and you're encouraged by the way they came back and fought because you've seen all this progress. And absent of the comeback, you don't feel like that's continuing. But when you look in the appropriate lens of this is a Final Four type team, according not to me, everyone who is watching every college basketball game and analyzing and talking about the NCAA tournament field, Alabama's one of the premier programs. It was that way before the season started. It's proven to be that way at the halfway point or beyond the halfway point of the SEC schedule here. So when you've shown this progress, then you have this little lapse where, as the Best of Arkansas Sports said, that we said the refs stole the game. When you overcome the refs trying to steal the entire game, which is not what happened, but there was a series of calls in there and also almost 6-minute drought.
That's not what it said in the article. It said you said they stole it.
Yeah. And run with it. Put it on a blog and right next to the Musselman, Pittman, Yurachek call and whatever else happened. But it's not a moral victory, but you feel better.
I agree.
That they did have the comeback. They did have a chance to win. And you expect that to continue, like in terms of continuing to play well, guys figuring it out. And I think Razorback fans expect them to win on Wednesday. And they certainly need to against an LSU team whose only SEC victory is against Arkansas.
And
They're
I don't
1-9.
And I don't know that people expect Arkansas to go to College Station and win Saturday, but they think they've got a chance, based on the fact that they won at Texas and they won at Kentucky. Hey, this is the time of year where, man, you want to make sure your heater's working right. And Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric can give you that peace of mind. For me, January and February, and then you get into July and August, those are the months where, man, you want your heating and cooling system to be there. Because if it goes wrong, that's not when you want it to happen. And right now, Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric can save you money. If you need a new system, no payments, no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Maybe it's a plumbing issue. Maybe it's an aging HVAC system. Maybe your electrical system needs some work. Let the Paschal pros keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com to schedule your service. Professional people, professional service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric.
34 degrees where we do the show from on the Hill in Fayetteville. 7:33 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations.
Hey, Chuck, I made some good calls today.
You sure did. You sure did.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our Hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year's savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year's sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
You want to talk about washed? You're being brainwashed by idiots. You're following idiots.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for the best Razorbacks insight and analysis?
Hell yeah.
How about listening to an Arkansas football legend?
Matt Jones, all he does is make big plays.
What's the voice of the Hogs have to say?
Hey, what a great crowd last night.
Don't forget about the Omahogs.
The Hogs are going to Omaha.
Matt Jones, Chuck Barrett, and Phil Elson, the best in the business on the Hit That Line Podcast Network. Go to hitthatline.com or search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Herod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook where you can check out their work.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson. I'm with Ethan at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith. Ethan, what promotion do we have going on?
We're putting on a 5K challenge. If you sign up during the month of February and ride at least 5,000 or more miles by September 27th, you'll win a gift card and a t-shirt. Riders who accumulate at least 5,000 miles and complete 3 check-ins will earn a $75 Wheeler Power Sports gift card. Fuel up, sign up, and hit the road. See our Facebook page for full details.
Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howell in Van Buren.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. Jam Mart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. Jam Mart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero Jam Mart locations. And stop by any of the 6 Jam Mart locations in the area. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Great point, Bo.
Thank you.
I'm Chuck. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. I'm going to start taking credit. Like when you make a great point, I'm going to call myself Chuck.
All right, fair enough.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's here. Tax season's coming fast. It's upon us, actually, and taxes are hard. Filing with H&R Block is easy, though. Walk in or make an appointment. Get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed with 70 years of tax expertise working for you. Around the corner, you'll find an H&R Block here to help. 877-377-6963. It's 34. Chuck now with the weather.
Well, we have a developing weather situation. And actually in southern Washington County and in Crawford County, there's some ice on the trees and some power lines have been affected and some folks are without power. OG&E, I think, has made an announcement this morning that there are some people without power, maybe down along the county line area there. I mean the county line between Washington and Crawford counties, not the community of county line. You're looking at me like I'm a total idiot. But I'm just keeping people in the, you said let's go to the weather.
Right.
So I'm like, some people don't have power right now.
So let's think about those people and also just be careful, if you're around. If you don't have power, I don't know that they're able to hear us. Do you think they know?
Well, they got phones. If they had them charged up, they got phones.
They're listening on the
I mean, they're not out in the wilderness, man. I mean, they're not like out there by themselves. They'll be all right.
Hit That Line Now app is fueled by Taco Bell, and that's where they're listening.
I'm just reading.
Always have
right
your phone.
here.
Always have your phone. But we have had this question. People have been bringing it up about the weather this week. Like, is it going to get back? We got opening day.
Baseball.
We're 3 days out.
It looks like Friday. I just saw like upper 40s with a certain amount of sunshine. Looks like there's going to be some sunshine that day. So, I mean, it's been worse for sure. But today's going to be a cold day. And there may be some spots that get some ice and a little bit of some snow flurries. Not much accumulation.
Dude,
what are you calling for in the Chevy situation today, Bart?
There is a 68% chance of rain on Saturday. That's something to watch for. Sunday, the high temperature here in Fayetteville is only 32.
Ooh.
So a couple things to keep an eye on with the opening baseball series.
They are going to play Monday, too.
Yeah.
They've got a four-game schedule.
Right.
Washington State.
Monday high of 45.
Yeah, you play two then if you had to.
I'll say it every year. One of the most amazing things to me is that Dave Van Horn has built the kind of baseball program he has without the luxury of recruiting to sunshine, like Florida, Arizona, some of the West Coast teams, although it gets cold there on the West Coast at times. The
marine layer.
The marine layer that makes it harder to hit home runs, yeah. But the seriously, like if you go back and you just look, what he did at Nebraska and what he's done here, not only has he done an amazing job, just if you just start with none of those factors, when you add in the factor, I mean, look, they have facilities now and indoor. They didn't have any of that stuff when he came here.
Right, and that's a big deal. I can remember when, they would, if you couldn't practice outside, you couldn't practice. Period. You might go up to the Broyle Center and take some ground balls in the underneath part, but that's about all you could do. And now you've got the indoor facility there where you can simulate a lot more things than you once did. And I don't know everything that's in that baseball building, but they, every time you turn a corner in there, you see something you've never seen before. So I'm sure they got plenty of stuff in there too. But the bottom line is you're able to get work in regardless of the weather. And so you may go outside and play in 40-degree temperatures that day, but, you've prepared in better situations, and I'm going to guess it makes you better earlier in the season.
Chuck, I know you're not the ticket expert, but you're the best we have at the moment in the room. And Austin in Fort Smith wants to know about going to the A&M game on Saturday. So LSU plays here Wednesday night, then the Hogs go to College Station on Saturday. And Austin says, can you point me in the right direction for tickets, but also where Razorback fans might be sitting? I'd rather not end up next to an Aggie who, and I'll add on to Austin's text, wants to tell me about the Colt and the ring and all these things, that's weird about A&M. I'd rather just be next to a normal person, a.k.a. a Razorback fan.
Well, basketball is not like football where you have like a section. You go to a football game and you can tell very quickly where the visiting fans are sitting. It's not like that in basketball. Most schools, when you travel, you might have 50 seats, but right behind the bench area. And for the rest of them, they either buy them through the school or buy them from the secondary market. What I would tell you is that generally speaking, the people that I see that travel, and I know they're not, among those that are, in on those 50, 75 tickets, they'll try to get tickets behind, you look at the seating diagram of the arena behind the visitors' bench. But I will tell you this, when they played at Texas the other night, there were a lot of Razorback fans there. And you'd look into a section and it would be all orange, except for about 4 guys, sitting there with their, their red pullovers on. So, again, it's not like football, where you can just go to a section and you're going to be sitting by, fellow Razorback fans. You go on the road in basketball, unless you're right down there behind the bench, you're going to have to deal with the other side.
And that may cost you a little bit more if you're trying to do that.
It probably will.
But go on SeatGeek or Vivid Seats or whatever third-party ticket you want to use, and they'll have a seating map, and you find behind the bench or somewhere in that section, and that's your best shot.
But I would call the ticket office of the schools before I would pay on the secondary market. I would call the ticket offices of the schools and see what they got left. Some of them may have some left.
Bart, will you do that? Will you do that on behalf of the listeners? Would you?
But if you want a decent
there will
seat.
come a time where we'll have a phone thing right here.
Yeah.
Where I would do it right now on the spot. We would just call.
Right.
But we're not there yet.
But
we're a work in progress. A lot like the basketball.
We could administer we could administer the program right here on the show.
And we'll get there. We're a little bit
But
like
that
the
would be
basketball
my
team.
suggestion from
growing.
From a primitive sense. I would say that would be what you need to do.
So, by the way, we need a segment called Ask Chuck. Ask the Good Doctor. The Dave Ramsey, whatever it is, finances, the best truck on the road, the Silverado, Chevy of Fayetteville, frequently asked questions. Where do I get my tickets?
FAQs.
But anything other than that, I have a headache. What works for you, Chuck? What's the best way to take a nap? How do you take a nap and not wake up groggy? How long can you take, health in general, whatever it is?
Here's the
Ask
thing.
Chuck.
If you really break it down, Austin, asked a question, and I gave a long answer that essentially was you're on your own, man. and that's all you can do is give someone ideas. You can't, at the end of the day, you can't do it for them.
Yeah.
But those are my suggestions.
Well, we're all on our own.
And he's not asking anybody to do it.
We all are on our own, but we can use suggestions, we can use help, and that's nice.
As it said, point me in the direction.
Right, that's
what he
right.
said.
And I'll point you in the direction
That's
of feeling better.
But then you're on your own.
I can't do it for you, but I
Right.
can tell you to go to SweatingThemCosmetic.com, get the Sweating 'em Edge. You know, I can't make you do it. I can't do it for you, but I can tell you I've done it, and it's worked very well for me, and I expect the same for you because it's worked very well for others as well. SweatingThemCosmetic.com. If you want to feel better, your energy level's low, you don't even know what's wrong. You're just not the same that you were maybe a few years ago, and you don't really know what's up. Well, they're going to take your labs, look at them, and say, hey, you may be deficient in this category or that category. Maybe you just need this supplement designed just for you. This is the kind of treatment you're going to get when you go to Sweating Them Cosmetics, SweatingThemCosmetic.com. Go on there, look for the Chuck and Bo Show. There's the Sweating Them Edge. That's us. Click on that, get a free evaluation. Go in and find out what the game plan can be for you to feel better. It's that simple. SweatingThemCosmetic.com or call 479-966-4174. Sweating Them Cosmetics. Look and feel better. 748. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show.
Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, Precedent. We'd love to help.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Bo, when your show went off a few years ago, it was like I've been lost ever since then. And I just really appreciate your show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howell in Van Buren.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth.
Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about. A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools. Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports.
I think the boys program, we definitely thrive off the energy and the emotion. I think as a coach, it's a big thing to kind of just help those guys rein that in, myself included. You know, there's times we have to take a step back, take a breath during a timeout, and just sit there and breathe.
New episode every week on the Hit That Line Podcast Network and on hitthatline.com. You're listening to The Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You were still on the air when I went to sleep last night.
Yeah. Was that the last voice you heard?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I told you I went to Blakeman's grand opening the other day. The 10-month renovation's over, and this nearly 10,000 square foot of retail is unbelievable. They got a coffee bar in there, Cafe B, Onyx Coffee. They've got Prosecco. They've got rooms, private rooms you can go in and try things on if you'd like to. The thing about somebody like Chuck or I, when it comes to shopping for something like jewelry, we have no idea what we're doing. And I really appreciate when I can go somewhere and they'll walk me through the process and help me understand what it is that I need. And there's no shaming on what I can't afford, which is also really nice. But it's where luxury meets hospitality when you go to Blakeman's. Matt Hobbs is going to join us next hour, Chuck.
I'm looking forward to
the pitching coach. That'll be around 8:30.
Opening day, Friday, baby.
Jerry Palm has Arkansas in the NCAA tournament. He's been doing this for years. CBS Sports says Arkansas's the first four in that Dayton Wednesday night situation.
Jerry Palm's the OG. I mean, Joe Lunardi's the guy now. There was a time when Jerry Palm's word was gospel.
Still is.
Hey, I've been to Dayton,
Still
Ohio.
around.
It's not bad.
That's where they are today. Can they stay there, maybe play their way into a little bit better seed?
They're not done yet.
They got a lot left.
Not by a long shot.
Wednesday night's the next opponent, LSU.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio. We've done business together. Importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
And I listen in every day. Everybody know that. I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087, or online at servicemasterpc.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, some slippery road conditions could develop, all due to some ice across the north today. High temperatures upper 30s north, mid 40s with rain further south. Another round of some freezing rain with some light ice accumulations tonight across the north, low 30s north, mid 30s south. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
Hey, Todd Richardson here at First Financial Mortgage, my mortgage lender, Ethan Adamson. Ethan, congratulations, over 300 five-star reviews.
Yeah, Todd, we pride ourselves on delivering a five-star service during the entire mortgage process.
What sets you apart from everyone else?
I think communication, how quickly we work, we get you closed on time or early. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In-Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or do-it-yourselfer? Need a bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In-Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In-Stock Parts.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Tommy's right on this one. Do you feel? Let me ask you this.
Normal around here.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR, or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air, and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I know about 5 people who rooted for the Chiefs.
Well,
before the Mahomes, Kelsey,
it
Andy
doesn't
Reid
matter.
thing.
But they are America's team now.
No, they're not.
Well, what is America's team?
The Cowboys.
America's team is when you jump on the bandwagon.
The Cowboys. Some of us still love America. You guys can just move on with whatever the fashionable thing is these days. But some of us still actually love our country.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you
Bo.
believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
What a time
to be alive.
It is that. And Arkansas is firmly in the NCAA tournament. I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth. According to Jerry Palm, firmly being the first 4 in. But if they were to play, like the tournament started on Wednesday instead of this LSU game, Jerry Palm of CBS Sports has Arkansas in the tournament. And to me, that is just shocking. But the whole year is shocking for all kinds of reasons. But mostly, that's how good the league is. And that's how much respect there is. And Arkansas has got a net of 43, which is a key indicator on making the tournament. And it just makes you wonder how much that changes and how many games you have to win to keep it that way or improve your seeding. Are we still at 7 SEC victories? Do they still have to get 4 more? I mean, every time I see something like this, it makes me think, well, maybe they don't have to have that many, because conventional wisdom every year, you start off thinking you got to be at least 500 in league play.
Well, that's the
over.
old
That's
the old way. And look, for years and years, you weren't guaranteed anything necessarily at 500 because the conference wasn't as strong as it is now, and we weren't paying attention to this back in those days. But leagues like the Big East and the ACC and then the Big 12, they were getting teams in that were below 500. We were hoping that our 500 teams would get in. And clearly it's changed. When you've got 4 of the top 5 teams in the country out of your conference, your league is going to be ranked as this league is, leaps and bounds higher than everybody else. And, sometimes because we play the same teams every year, you get a little desensitized to how good or bad sometimes those teams are. There have been years, and we're a long way removed from that now, where the SEC was not all that great. There were some great conference games, but there weren't great teams playing. Now you've got, when Joe Lunardi said 12 or 13 teams a month ago, I thought, well, that's insane. There's no way that's going to happen. I thought that privately. But the way it's played out.
You kept it to yourself.
Yeah, I kept it to my eyes. The dumbest thing I've ever heard. But
I thought that privately.
Yeah, the way it's
in my
played
car
out,
just saying that's a bunch of crap.
Yeah, but that's the way it's played out, and that's how it's going to play out. I don't know if there's going to be 13, but there's going to be 12. I feel pretty sure.
Let's go to the Situation Room, the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Chevy's the official truck of the Chuck and Bo Show. Bart's yawning.
I was going to say, I must have really been off base there.
But
Bart's about to correct me.
I really wanted to hear Bart's take on where we are with this analysis that Arkansas is in the tournament as of today.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's spot on. Look, the SEC, if you look at KenPom, the conference's rating is nearly 4 points higher than the second best conference. It's also the highest rating of any conference dating back to 1997. So this is a really, really good league. 14 of the 16 teams are in the top 50 on KenPom right now. It's not a stretch at all to say that there could be 14 teams from this league in the NCAA tournament. Like this is the best league. When you're in the best league, Every game you play is a tough game. Every game you play, every win you get is going to boost your resume with a couple of exceptions. I mean, LSU and South Carolina are both just not very, very good teams at all.
Have to win those games, and they kill you in the
have
numbers.
to win those
They
games.
destroy your metrics.
So you're saying that tomorrow night's game against 1-9 LSU, whose only victory came against Arkansas in league play, their only SEC win, you're saying, unequivocally, you're saying that it's a must-win.
As of right now, it is a must-win game. The only way that changes is if you lose to LSU, but then you go and say win at Auburn. That makes up for it.
But I think you'd rather not be in that position.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
Well, if you don't win tomorrow night, there's a pretty good chance you're not going to make the NCAA tournament because there's a pretty good chance you're not done losing.
It would be at home to LSU would be a bad loss.
But here's the thing. When you look at what's left, there are 8 games left. Arkansas is not, they're not going to run the table on this. They're not done dropping some games. In fact, I think, when you look at the next 4 ball games, in my mind, you're going to be kind of in survival mode right there. You're going to A&M, they're top 10. You're going to Auburn, they're still number 1. LSU tomorrow night, it's LSU. But, Missouri's good. I mean, Missouri's really good. They were 0-18 a year ago. And Missouri's, in my mind, if you want to get beyond the obvious in our league, Alabama and Auburn, and pick a team that's going to make a run, maybe an unexpected run in the NCAA tournament, Missouri's as good a candidate as anybody. I mean, they've been consistent all year long. And my point is this. You could get through that Missouri ball game at Bud Walton Arena, and you could look at this team, and they could be 4, 5, 6 games below 500 in the league, and you think there's no way. But then you look at that last 4. You got Texas at home, at South Carolina. Vanderbilt could be a really big game. Mississippi State's a quad 1 game now. You win 3 of those last 4 games. You're at 7, and you're dancing. So I just think we're at the point in the season, and it's really been this way throughout conference play, that you better not think you're good when you win, and you better not think you're bad when you lose, because you're probably wrong on both counts. The league is so tough, and right now, according to Jerry Palm, they're in. But, there's so much more out there. But they've done a very good job this year of staying in the moment, avoiding the big picture, and not listening to what a lot of people were saying about where they're going to end up. I still think they're in the very same situation, and I think it may come down to the very last Saturday.
The major analytic sites have the Hogs going 4-4 down the stretch with wins over LSU, Texas, South Carolina, Mississippi State.
Let's also not forget about the SEC tournament and the fact that will provide Arkansas with a chance to get some more quality wins and add some more quality wins to their resume.
See, I think that's a good point, because you're not going to get penalized for losing over there, I don't believe, but you'll get credit for wins.
Right. Because they'll almost all be quad 1 games because they're a neutral court.
Edward, how do we feel about Chuck's word usage of the P word?
Well, it's not about the usage. It's about the pronunciation.
What's that?
Well, you're right.
What did I say?
Thank you for that.
Well, I don't know why Bo's calling on me for this. I didn't make a face.
You were just over there.
I was taking in
I wanted to involve you.
What are we talking about?
Penalized versus penalized.
Well, whatever. If they're both correct.
You like to.
Well, and let me ask you something. In golf, like when you play golf and you use the word penal, you don't say that's penal. You guys have the most limited vocabulary of any group of morons I've ever been around. You have never heard the term penal used in golf? Seriously, you guys are idiots. I'm not saying anymore. You guys are idiots. I'm not going to be made fun of for using a normal word.
I don't know why I got dragged into this. Bo wanted to bring it up, and he said, Edward, you're taking the blame.
What was the group of?
You guys are idiots. I mean, you really are. You're stupid men. I mean, you really are. I feel bad for you.
I haven't said anything. I haven't said anything.
Why are we being grouped?
Oh, that
You're
was
the one
great.
that brought it up.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
No,
you
I
did.
No, I just asked him
You're
what he
the one
thought.
that said it.
I just asked him what he thought. I want to hear the group of idiots and morons of anybody I've ever been
You
around.
are.
That was awesome. No, I haven't heard the use of that word in golf.
Clay uses it all the time.
Penal?
Yeah. Watch a golf telecast. Listen to the verbiage. Don't just watch the pictures. Listen to the verbiage. Listen to the verbiage. You'll hear it used quite often.
That was amazing. Wow, that was a quick turn there. I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either. I didn't either.
And I am common. Like, I'm very common, very basic, penalized. But you challenge me, and I appreciate that.
Well,
because I don't want to be just, Well, actually, you know what? I actually kind of fit what you described, so I appreciate that, and happy to be part of it. God, it's the biggest group of morons. You guys,
Chuck,
idiots.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just want to.
The best part was he took you guys down with me.
Yeah, I know.
He just took you you're all in there.
Straight, yeah.
Put that on a blog.
There we go.
There you go.
You guys are really dumb.
Arkansas, let me try to pull it back over here. A couple things. The LSU game, you will get penalized for losing that.
You guys are brutal. Hey. If it was just us, if we were not on the air, I hope you can imagine what I would be saying to you right now.
Oh, my gosh. I can't yes, with just a few more adjectives to describe the idiots in the room.
Maybe.
But here's my question about the LSU game for Arkansas. In all seriousness, will they play loose and free and fearless, as Cal keeps talking about? Because they've been playing games in which they're prohibitive underdogs. You like that? Prohibitive?
I do.
Yeah. Prohibitive underdogs. This game, they're going to be favored by how many do you think, Bart? 5?
Oh no, I would expect Arkansas's probably I would say 8, somewhere around.
Okay,
8.
so
7.5,
when's the last
8.
time that happened? And I don't think it has happened in league play.
LSU's really bad, y'all.
So,
they're really
but
bad.
what I mean,
They've
what
been
I'm saying
struggling.
is Arkansas, all these other games, they've kind of had a free shot. They got to come out and play that way tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I think they will.
But they could be in a situation. Let's say they win the LSU game, lose at A&M, lose at Auburn, lose to Missouri. They're 4-10, and I think Razorback. All of us, I was going to say fans, but all of us are looking at this record in SEC play, and we still don't. We've talked about it quite a bit here today, but we still don't have our brain around how that's an NCAA tournament team because we don't understand the landscape this year because it's so unusual. But if they beat LSU, lose to A&M, lose to Auburn, lose to Missouri, they're 4-10. They just have to win 3 of their last 4 games to get to 7 wins.
Yeah. And that's not out of the realm of possibility.
But I think people are struggling with that.
I understand.
Man, we're not any good.
I understand
We're not any
that.
good.
I understand.
I think they're going to get one of those 3 games that you're
Well,
talking
they
about.
might.
though.
But what I'm saying
Right,
is
I know,
people aren't sure what to do.
Like, I think
because
they might
it
go to
doesn't-
A&M and win.
They don't feel like an NCAA tournament team because you're like, they haven't won enough games.
I've got a theory. I think it's a holdover from football. The SEC was talked about all football season as the best of the best of the best, and it didn't happen when we got to the postseason. I do think there are people out there. In fact, I've heard them say, that's what they said in football too. And it didn't work out that way. But your point's well made. And I think Arkansas could fall as low as 4-10 and still get into the NCAA tournament, still get to 7 wins. I know that sounds far-fetched, but I could very easily see a scenario by which that would happen.
We got an Ask Chuck question coming in. Michael's in Dallas. Michael, welcome to Ask Chuck.
Hey, thank you guys for taking my call. I listened yesterday morning, but I didn't stagger home to 3:25, so
all
I didn't call in, and I didn't want to see that beer in front of both desks. I'm telling you guys,
Flight by Yingling.
Cases, I taught some youngsters how to play quarters.
Oh, mercy.
And
It
that's
sounds
free
like you're
just to
still
make
feeling
rule.
it.
Well, guess what kind of beer we have to be drinking, Bo? You're representing it right there.
Flight by Yingling.
But when Chuck made you open it halfway that morning trying to get you to take a swig, that's all I could think about how hot that is right now with no feel.
Yeah. Choke that thing down.
So here's my question, guys.
This show is an all-timer today.
Yeah.
It really
I
is.
used to play for the Razorbacks back. I was recruited by Coach Holtz. I actually played for Hatfield. But we got 2 tickets to every game. All right? So I'm thinking, even road games, I wonder what Chuck did. I mean, could we not have this Bart going on road trips and sitting in a Chuck seat and answering the question of the previous caller about A&M tickets? I mean,
it's a good idea.
I could sit with Bart.
It's a good idea. Why don't we start doing that? Why don't we get 2 tickets to every road game? We send Bart, and you win a chance to watch the game with Bart on the road.
That other caller's problem.
Well, that is
Nothing
a great
would make
idea.
We'll get 3 tickets.
Nothing would make me more
He's not gonna
uncomfortable.
say a whole lot, but he's going to be right there standing tall.
We got 3 tickets. Bart's on one side, the life-size cutouts on the other, and you sit in the middle.
Find somebody else.
I love this. Thank you. That's a great idea.
guys.
Yeah,
Love it.
thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
That's a good idea. Almost as good an idea as breathing better. If you don't breathe very well, if you're struggling because your airway's blocked, you hear me talk about this, Dr. Scotty Bolding can literally change your life. If you've got sleep apnea, you hate the CPAP machine, you don't wear it, it can cause severe health issues. It really increases your risk for obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, stroke, even death. There are other options besides a CPAP machine. Dr. Scotty Bolding is an Arkansas native. He's a world-renowned surgeon, and he provides surgical alternatives, proven alternatives to open your airway and help you breathe better. It's the Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine. Log on to Precedent.com for more information. Get evaluated, breathe better. Precedent.com. The Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine. Precident. Precedent.com. Matt Hobbs coming up in about 15, 20 minutes. The Arkansas pitching coach. 8:19. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
I'm not telling you that everything's great. I'm also not willing to say everything's terrible.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year's savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year's sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
Winter has has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Randy Milam in Alma or Agent Brandon Zimmerman in Barling.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cave, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools. Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports.
I think the boys program, we definitely thrive off the energy and the emotion. I think as a coach, it's a big thing to kind of just help those guys rein that in, myself included. You know, there's times we have to take a step back, take a breath during a timeout, and just sit there and breathe.
New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Well, I got to go to the bank. I got to go to the cleaner. I mean, just errands. You know, errands. Things like that. Stuff you have people to do for you. Stuff I have to do myself.
There it is. The Chuck and Bo Show.
Wow, that was a tongue lashing right there. Jeez Louise.
Bunch of idiots.
Oh, my gosh. That Chuck had said what he wanted to, that he then later delivered during the break. We'd all be penalized by the FCC.
Was I right?
Penalize. Penalize. Penalize.
Play the British version.
Why'd you play it a few more times?
Go ahead.
Penalization. Penalization.
Both are correct, though. Both are correct,
both
right?
are correct.
Okay.
Penalize. Penalize.
Take your pick. Just
But
hit it a few
penalize,
more times.
penalize.
Chuck used the word penalized.
Play the British
Penalize.
version.
I just asked Edward what he thought
Penalized.
about it, and
Hang
it
on.
turned into a family breakup.
Play the British version.
People left angry,
Penalized.
crying.
Play it again.
Penalize.
Sounds dirty when she.
Oh, my God.
Whoa!
That'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Ooh,
That'll be fine. This show started off the rails. It started off the rails.
too.
It's never gotten back on.
Oh, my God.
We are like Michael Jordan's son driving down the gravel beside the train track.
He had a bad day.
He had a bad day. And he said he just took a right over here and thought it was a road.
Yeah.
And that's where we've been all day. We've high centered. we can't get back on track.
Oh gosh.
Matt Hobbs is probably reconsidering whether he wants to
I'm
come
sure
on
he
here
is. I'm sure
at the
he
bottom
is.
of the hour to talk about his highly touted pitching staff. Once again, one of the best in the country in all the preseason previews of Arkansas baseball. I don't know on behalf of the show what to say. But let me just start over. We have a life-size cutout of Bart in here, and that's where it all started this morning. But that
It is
was
a nice cutout.
That was not where I was expecting to go today. When I merely pointed out that you said penalized.
Well,
instead
you
of
had
penalized.
Edward. You
And
turned it into a bit. You turned it into a bit. You thought, well, Chuck said that. Let's turn it into like a bit, and that's fine. I understand. And but instead of like
going along with it,
you threw it to Edward, and Edward
I
brings
wanted
it
no
up,
part- I didn't
and
want any part
Edward
of this.
reluctantly.
Well, I
brought
knew
the-
exactly what
brought
he
the
was
subject to Well, you guys, I didn't realize you were like giving each other the side eye.
Did you
while I was
see?
talking.
Speaking of education and the way things ought to be, did you see Jim Tressel
I saw that.
has been nominated by the Ohio governor to be Ohio's next lieutenant governor? Jim Tressel.
Yeah, he's gonna bring the sweater vest to the state capitol, baby.
Jim Tressel in politics is the most Jim Tressel thing ever.
It's going to make some people promise to stick around,
Yeah.
and they're not going to.
We'll let you go to the birthday party as long as you promise not to flee. And you come back to jail.
Jim Tressel, lieutenant governor.
Yeah. Didn't see that.
I didn't either. I didn't see it coming. Now, isn't he like a university president or something now? Didn't they?
He
Youngstown
he
State
did
or something?
serve as the president of Youngstown State University.
Is he still the president of Youngstown?
He has been. I think he has been. I think he's still been in that role.
Wow.
Hey, by the way, we haven't really talked about this. Maybe we can talk about it more tomorrow because we got Matt Hobbs coming up in a minute. But the American Football Coaches Association, this was a few days ago, submitted a proposal that would require a player who goes down on the field and receives medical attention to sit out the rest of that possession. Currently, the player must go out for one play before entering. So they're trying to eliminate these fake injuries that slow offenses
All in
down.
favor of this.
I'm not.
Ooh.
I'm not.
Okay.
I think
Why?
Because I think it can hurt you. Like, so is it offense and defense? You got a running back that gets hit hard on a play, and he can't come back in the game. The rest of the, I mean, what are we talking? Are we just talking about a player? Like, how do you define which player has to be out for the rest of the series? Quarterback gets rattled a little bit, falls down. They got to go out there and check on him. He comes out. 5 plays later, you're inside the 10. You need your quarterback back. He's ready to go. He can't play because you're not sure if it's fake or not. Like, what are we doing here?
They got to do something.
They got to do something, but that ain't it. That's like paying players. We got to do something. So we pay them, and it changes everything.
What's the answer though? Like what? Like
that's exactly what people said about NIL forever, which is why we didn't do it because we couldn't come up with the right answer, and we did it anyhow. And
this is a solution. It's at least an effort to curb it.
I don't think you should be penalized if you're actually hurt and have to sit out the entire possession.
Penalize.
It's 8:28.
I got to side with Bo on this one. I mean, on the surface,
yeah.
If you're thinking only in terms of guys who fake injuries, you're saying, yeah, they need to sit out for the entire series. That'll teach them. But then you read it says, would require a player who goes down on the field and receives medical attention to set out the rest of that possession. It doesn't say player that's been deemed to be faking. It just says anyone.
But maybe a player who's actually hurt should sit out a couple of plays.
Well,
a couple more plays.
I mean, yeah, but that's
Like,
not really
make
for
that
anyone
judgment
other
call?
than the medical people to decide. And Bo's right. I mean, if you have to, let's say you go on a 13-play drive,
then you have to start throwing flags. Then if somebody's clearly faking an injury, you got to throw flags.
I don't disagree with that.
You've got to do something.
But now let me say this. It's kind of like everything else on a football field. It's a lot easier
Because
to
it's pathetic
see it
to
all
watch.
when you're sitting in the stands or you're sitting in the press box and you got a view of everything. When you're down there at field level, immediately recognizing that the guy over here at the 10-yard line, took a knee when nobody touched him.
Right. Then maybe they should have the replay booth buzzed down.
We got enough replays.
But what I'm saying
I
is,
hear
like,
what you're
I know
saying.
what you're saying.
Like,
and I understand something needs to be done about it. I'm just not sure.
Because watching Ole Miss play football
In fact,
is
I'm certain
brutal.
it's not.
It's brutal watching them play.
It is.
Because of all this crap that they do.
It is.
And they're not alone. Other teams do this too. But like that's like they've kind of become the standard for players faking injuries.
All right,
you got to get it out of the game.
We'll talk more about it later. Matt Hobbs is coming up.
Hey, if you're having issues with your gutters or the drainage around your home, let me recommend Hog Trough Gutters, locally owned and operated. They've been around a while, over 30 years as a matter of fact, and they really do it all. Seamless gutters, they'll make them on site. They can do trenching, do French drains. They're fully licensed, they're insured, and every job comes with a 20-year warranty. And not just in Northwest Arkansas, but the River Valley as well. And if you're outside those areas, you can call them or text them. And here's the best part. If you think something's wrong, snap a picture, take a video, send it to them. They'll let you know if you need them or if there's nothing to worry about. Log on to hoggutters.com to find the number. That's hoggutters.com.
8:31, Chuck and Bo Show. Matt Hobbs, pitching coach, Razorbacks pitching coach, 3 days away from opening day. Coming up next.
That's the actual question. What the hell's going on around here?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant. When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Burlsworth with his new glasses. Looks like Clark Kent. This guy is dominating offensively. Indeed, he's also a quality guy. We had more fun talking with him. He was a walk-on. Now he's an All-American. He also is brilliant. He's a great student. Last week he got his MBA. The guy is just what college football is all about.
I've been called everything. Clark Kent, Kurt Rambis, Drew Carey, you name it, I've been called it.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Randy Milam in Alma or Agent Brandon Zimmerman in Barling.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Planning your Valentine's Day date? Joe's Grill and Cantina has a delicious and fun Valentine's Day date ready for you. Get started with an appetizer including queso and guacamole. Then have chicken tortilla soup plus your choice of 2 entrees, fajitas, voodoo enchiladas, chili lime salmon, and their famous Mexicali. Plus in the dinner with a heart-shaped skillet brownie. All of this for just $45 a couple. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Hart. Your place for Valentine's Day.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. How do people see what you've made over the years, Cecil?
Google, Yahoo it, or Bing it. Jazzco Graphics Design, JAAZCO, Monday through Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And sometimes I'm here after. So if that open sign is on, I'm here. Y'all come on in. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
At
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Well, I got to go to the bank. I got to go to the cleaner. I mean, just errands, errands, things like that. Stuff you have people to do for you. Stuff I have to do myself.
There it is.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, we're 3 days away from opening day. Arkansas pitching coach Matt Hobbs joining us on the Chuck and Bo Show. What a treat. Coach, really glad to have you here. I was really upset with Clay Henry for hijacking the Hog Pod and doing the annual interview with you. So we wanted to circle back around and make sure we got you on the show. Are you in year 7? Is this your 7th year at Arkansas?
First of all, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. You guys are great. Second of all, yeah, hard to believe. 7 years.
Man. Well, congratulations on the all the success that you've had. And it seems like every year, all we hear is that the pitching staff's just going to be great again. I mean, what has been sort of the evolution of the process for you since becoming the pitching coach that's kind of gotten you to this point where you feel really good about the arms that you have every year?
I think it starts with following some pretty good coaches. I think that Coach Jorn did an awesome job here, obviously, and then Wes came in and did a great job, and then, I got to just come in kind of after 2 really good coaches. So I think that helped get the things off the ground in 19, and then, having success right away going to Omaha helped right away in 19, and then obviously, just recruiting and making sure that you have good players available to coach, and getting lucky with some guys, getting them through the draft. And then, the Kevin Kopps year obviously helps from a national perspective, gets people thinking about your place when somebody wins the Golden Spikes. Has that great year. And then, Hagen going 5th overall last year probably didn't hurt our ability to get a couple lefties out of the portal. So it's a little bit of everything, I guess, and, being on a good staff. The staff's been the same pretty much. We added Bobby a couple of years ago full-time. I mean, that was really been the only large change. You got guys like Clay Goodwin that have been around here for a long time that helped lay the groundwork, the groundwork for just a great culture and program. Obviously, Coach Van Horn has, been here doing his thing for, a really long time at a high level. So if you just come in, slot in, do your job, I think it makes it, it's not easy certainly, but it makes it doable.
Matt, it seems like part of the trick is, figuring out the roles for all these great arms. When you're putting together a staff, and you do have a lot of talent, how do you decide how you're going to piece it all together?
I think it's making things feel important. I think that guys will get knocked out of the rotation, feel like they're getting penalized for it, and I think that the main thing is making sure that they understand that there's value in every role on the staff, and making them understand that closing a game is potentially important as starting a game, and I feel like the more I can do from that end of making sure that they understand that there's value in every role on the staff, makes it easier to accept some of those roles sometimes for the guys to be able to adapt and overcome and challenge themselves to try to find different places for themselves to pitch.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I love it. That's a great use of the word. Thank you, Coach, for validating Chuck.
You're welcome.
And this group of morons in the room here today. Matt Hobbs, Arkansas pitching coach, with us, just spending some time with Chuck and some morons on the Chuck and Bo Show. So, Coach, tell me about what is the key? I mean, is there a key to having the kind of staff that can carry you? Like, what I mean, I guess, is do you have to have 3 really good starters? Because sometimes you maybe don't, and you got to lean more on your bullpen. Is it about figuring that out, or do you really have to go get 3 guys that you can really depend on to get you halfway through a game or so?
I think that it always helps if you can shorten the game from the front instead of from the back. because you're using less pitchers that way.
Hmm.
If you shorten it from the back, times are it takes 2 or 3 guys to do that. And if you look at a weekend series, that means you might have to retread one of those guys or 2 of those guys. And then guys don't get better the more they throw usually on a weekend. It's hard because they get taxed physically. But I think it's always better to build it from the front. Now, you can build good teams all different kinds of ways. Now, we've had good teams here that have had 1 reliable starter and 2 coin flips. We've had good teams here that have had 2 reliable starters and 1 wild card. But yeah, having 3 like really good ones is, in 22 we started the same rotation I believe for 14 of the 15 weeks with Connor, Hagan, and Jackson, and that team ended up going to Omaha, so you could say that worked there. In 19, we had 2 freshmen and Isaiah Campbell and went to Omaha. So it's like there's different ways to do this thing. You feel better about it if you got 3 reliable starters for about half the season last year until, Brady got nicked up and Mason's ankle kind of like failed him a little bit. We had really good starting pitching, and that gave us more perceived depth in the bullpen because we were building the game from the front. So I feel like it always helps to do that. Hopefully we've got that this year with any of the 3 of the 4 guys that are kind of in the mix for those 3 spots. And there's other guys too, but I think the 4 is, what people hear about the most. And I think that if we can get 3 of those 4 guys to be able to sit in the rotation, you got a pretty good chance to win most of your games on the weekend, hopefully.
When you talk about building it from the front, during the course of a game, the definition of a quality start. I mean, used to you wanted your guy to go 6 or 7 innings, and I guess in a perfect world you still do. But how has it changed, and what constitutes a quality start now for a college pitcher?
I think that the way they quantify it on some of our tech is like if they go 6 innings, 3 runs or less is quality.
But sometimes you can get a quality start, and you don't have to have them go 6 innings. I mean, it may not statistically be a quality start.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, like if you look around the country, 4 or 5 innings is about what the starter is going.
Right.
Outside of maybe one guy. So I think that if you can get yourself over half the game taken care of, I really think that gives you a chance to be in a good spot with your pen. You think about like what happens to teams and where do they usually falter? It's in the bullpen late in the season. Usually early in the season you're in a good spot, but if I think that 4 or 5 inning range is what people expect. Now, I remember when I was playing college baseball, this is ages ago, it seems like now, if it wasn't 7 or 8 innings, it wasn't a good start. And that's changed over time, and it's just the game evolving more than anything. And we got to adapt with it too. You got to build up a bunch of long relievers so that you have options you can go to in the bullpen that can throw massive chunks of pitches in the middle of games. And then you have to have specialists. I mean, that's really the name of the game is you got to have a guy that can go in there and grab your strikeouts from the right side and the left side, and then something in the back of the game that you can count on to get you between 3 and 6 outs. I think is the best way to build it, and we've tried to do that with this staff. It's just unique because of the 4 guys that you could all have as starters.
Coach, kind of a 2-part question here. Overall, just kind of give us a summary of what you think you have this year, and then the second part is just what are you hoping to figure out in the early part of the year as you prepare to get into conference play a little bit later on?
I think that we have some depth. Now, every coach at this time of the year on February 10th or 11th or whatever it is will tell you they have depth because it hasn't been exposed yet. But I feel like we've got depth of strike throwers, which is unique, honestly. It's like usually you got 5 or 6 guys you can count on to throw it over the plate, and everybody else is a little bit of a wild card with stuff, at least in the SEC. And I feel like some of our stuff guys that were kind of wild cards throw strikes. So it gives you an opportunity to have some length, get some length in some leverage situations because they're going to throw it over the plate and the stuff's good enough. So I feel like that's what I hope our staff is about is, you can count on 1 through 15 to be functional. Like, obviously 1 through 8 is going to throw the most of the innings. 8 through 12, you got to hope is good enough to be able to get you out of some jams. And then, 13 through 15, you got to hope that, those guys are developing throughout the season. And then what I hope to find out, and down the road a little bit with our pitching staff is who's finishing it and who's starting it, and hopefully that's consistent every weekend. That, like Chuck was saying earlier, like the roles are important because it gets guys comfortable in what you're asking them to do. So I hope I figured that out, or we figured that out as a group. And that's always the challenge, because in college baseball, if you look, roles shift throughout the season. But I think they're really good clubs. They're really good teams. They figure it out. You know, they figure out where to pitch guys and how to pitch guys. And, you know, that's my job, right? I mean, that's why I get paid money to do this job. I'm supposed to figure out where they pitch. And I think that's probably my personal biggest challenge with a group of talented players and a lot of good arms, is just figure out where we should slot them.
Great stuff. Coach, thanks for hopping on with the band of idiots this morning. We hope to do it again. And we love it when we get to catch up with you. You've had great success here. It's always fun to watch you work, watch you guys as a staff, and I know people are ready for baseball season.
Yeah, we are too, and I appreciate you guys having me on. You guys are great, doing an outstanding job. I'm a semi-regular listener when I can. So
well, we appreciate
that.
Thank you, Coach.
And thanks again.
Thank you. Always great to have you on. Coach Matt Hobbs, good luck on Friday, Valentine's Day. Big miss. I should have asked him. Like, what do you have planned for Valentine's Day?
After the win.
Yeah.
Winning the game.
Right.
Losing that game, it would not make
actually,
for a good Valentine's
it may be
night.
the first time anybody's told him that Valentine's Day is coming. So that's a heads up. 8:47 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Back in a minute. Thanks to Matt Hobbs for joining us.
Bo, you said something interesting. I don't think you meant to, but when you talked about Phil's...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPascal.com today to schedule your service. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes...
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Looking for a way to get your favorite blurs from Pradco at the click of a button? Learner.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out Learner.com today.
Doctors, nurses, and other medical professionals are just people. They've got their lives and families same as you and me. But what happens when big hospitals and insurance companies ask too much of them and make them work too many hours without enough help? You can only stretch something so far before it breaks and people get hurt or even die. That's where I come in. If the healthcare system in our area has hurt you or someone you love, call me. Together, let's make them do healthcare better. I'm Phil Votaw, and you've never met a lawyer like me.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're telling me it's not about me.
Well,
and my
not entirely.
troubles.
No, don't misunderstand me. It is all about you, but maybe not quite to the degree that we might hope.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, Van Horn has really, DVH has done a great job with his staff. Think back to Vitello. I mean, that was a great hire. Obviously, Vitello went on to become the head coach at Tennessee. But you look at the coaches he's brought in, and I think Nate Thompson's great. I think Matt Hobbs has done a great job, and Bobby Werniss is next. And he'll be coaching third this year. But that, we talk about a program and an organization and Cal trying to build that at Arkansas. And it's not just, hey, the coach comes in, he brings this team in, all new players, and they just go. There's an organizational component to it that Van Horn's a perfect example of.
There have been 2 coaches since 1970, and one played for the other. And so they, there's been stability and continuity within this baseball program for a long time. Norm had a long-time staff. Dave's had the guys that come coach here stay here until they get better jobs. And if they don't get better jobs, they don't leave. And so there is, as we should see, and as we should maybe transfer into some of our other programs, our thought process, there is great value in stability. And when you talk about culture, that overused word, look at our baseball program. I mean, it's the embodiment of a winning culture.
Hey, Live Thoroughbred Racing is back at Oaklawn. The 24-25 season's been underway for a minute now. Visit oaklawn.com/racing for details and reservations and book your stay at the Forbes recommended Oaklawn Hotel. Not just the races anymore. It's a resort, casino,
it's the whole deal.
It's an
really
experience.
nice.
It's literally you could go there
Very
on
nice.
vacation, spend a week there. National Inventors Day. National Peppermint Patty Day. Anybody a taker on that? Peppermint patties?
I like a good
I'm a
peppermint
peppermint patty guy.
Yeah.
Don't come at me about peppermint. I love peppermint patties.
Yeah.
Put them in the freezer. Put them in the fridge.
Yep.
Andy's Mints can be a close second. Great way to finish off a meal. And then it's National White Shirt Day.
I don't see a white shirt in the room.
Well, I didn't know until we got
I
in
didn't
there. I
either.
had worn one. Chuck and Bo Show.
And McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The Progressive they have me in are a game changer. And my new sunglasses are going to be great